everyone, and welcome back to Halla Village. Today, we are going to be talking about Palworld, the game that took the world by storm when it was released in early access on January 19th, 2024. Palworld is a creature collector survival game with unique blend of crafting, building, farming, and adventure. The creature collector aspect sets it apart from other survival games, such as Ark Survival Evolved and Valheim, and the survival aspect sets it apart from other creature collector games like Pokemon. First, let's talk about the gameplay mechanics. The game runs fairly well for an early access title. The farming mechanics are simple. You need to unlock the farming plots, called plantations, by leveling up your character and using technology points to unlock the technology tree. You can grow red berries, wheat, lettuce, and tomatoes. Building in Palworld is much like building in most survival games. You unlock the building materials in the technology tree. You have a build menu and you can craft walls, foundations, and roofs. They snap together so there's no frustration in trying to line everything up just right. To craft, you need to unlock and build various tables, including a primitive workbench, a high quality workbench, a weapons workbench, and more. You have a furnace to smelt ore, and a cooking pot or a campfire to cook food. Don't forget to feed your pals. The adventure elements come in exploring the map, catching pals, and defeating bosses. There are a few quests in the beginning of the game as a tutorial, but once you get the hang of it, you're basically left to do your own thing. The graphics are quality despite the allegations that developers stole assets. The player character models are customizable and can be as ridiculous as you want them to be. Many of the pals do look like Pokemon, but they are largely derived from worldwide mythology. For example, the Eikthyr deer is pulled from Norse mythology, and the Suzaku is pulled from Japanese mythology. The soundtrack and ambient noise has gotten better since the game's initial release. I find that the music gets stuck in my head for days at a time after a gaming session. The ambient sounds were added in an update after release, including nature sounds like birds chirping and rustling leaves. The ambient sounds definitely help to create a more immersive experience, in my opinion. In the current release of the game, there are 111 pals that can be caught. They are categorized by types such as common, ground, water, ice, fire, grass, dark, dragon, and electric. I'm sure there's more, but those are the only ones that I can think of. At this time, there is no PAL evolution. But when you look at some of the PALs, you can kind of see how they look like evolutions of other PALs. For example, Ruby looks like an evolution of Fox Parks. Look at them and tell me that I'm wrong. There is, however, PAL breeding in the game. I originally thought that you could breed new types of pals, but breeding two pals together using the breeding farm produces an egg of a certain type. When you incubate the egg, a random pal of that type is born. For example, a dark egg will hatch a random dark type pal, a grass egg will hatch a random grass type pal, and so on and so forth. You can also find the same pals with different types. Dinossum is a grass dragon type pal, but a Dinossum Lux is a fire dragon type pal. They look exactly the same, they're just slightly different colors. As the game is early access, there are still quite a few kinks that need to be worked out. Dottie gave a human pal a dragon fruit and it disappeared, leaving no trace that it's still there except for a floating gun. A glitch that I keep encountering is falling through the world. My character will get stuck beneath the ground with no way out other than to go to the menu and respawn somewhere else. This is not ideal if you're in a server where you drop all items upon death. The server settings can be tweaked and edited for custom difficulty. You can make your play insanely difficult or insanely easy, as we believe that gaming should be a stress relief and not a stress inducer. Inducer, is that a word? The private Halla Village server is set to be insanely easy. The Steam version of the game comes with a Steam tool to set up either a dedicated server or a community server. After several updates, however, I'm still unable to set up a community server. Hopefully the servers become workable in the future. Here are some other features I would love to see going forward. A mini-map. Currently, you navigate the map using a compass at the top of a screen, but I've always found that mini-maps are better for easier navigation. The compass will show you when a fast travel point or your base is nearby, but it doesn't show you where a nearby boss might be. You have to continually open the map and close it to make sure that you're going in the right direction for a boss. I would love to see a PAL assignment menu in the PAL box. Currently, you assign a PAL to a task by picking it up and throwing it at the thing you want it to work on. This is less than ideal, as if there is more than one task in the vicinity of where you throw a PAL, it may choose the task you don't want it to do. Having a PAL assignment menu as part of the PAL box would make base management much more efficient. I would love to be able to create more bases. As you level up your original base, you can add more bases. The current limit for bases is 3 per guild, which is a very low number for such a big map. If the developers raise that limit, then that could unlock much more potential for base experimentation. You could utilize more of your pals for base management, and it would allow for more exploration. And the most important feature that I really hope that they add in the future is the ability to move structures once they are placed. You can put down a workbench, but you see a better place for it a few minutes later. Instead of being able to pick it up and move it to that better place, like you can in other survival games, you have to destroy it and rebuild it where you want it to go. Overall, Palworld is fun, entertaining, and addictive. It has a unique concept and is a beautiful time sink. The controversy surrounding the game only made it more popular. 5 million downloads in the first 3 days was astonishing. Weeks later, and I still can't stop playing it. The only downsides of this game, in my opinion, are the problems that come along with early access release: bugs, glitches, and lack of convenient features. But let us know what you think about Palworld in the comments below. You can expect more Palworld content from us in the future, as well as a variety of other games. Thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you next time.